Now, sitting next to me is my brother, Jeff Scarborough, who was a cameraman here, who shot one of the definitive pieces of footage that we've seen. You were on the scene, Jeffrey, and I want to roll the tape of the collapse. You were there with your camera rolling, and I want you to tell me what it was like to be looking through your viewfinder and seeing that building come down. So let's roll the tape now. Again, there it is. This is your tape.
Yes, they moved us back to this point. Okay, you're watching the collapse, and it's an unreal sight. I was just thinking of, this is probably worse than, than Pearl Harbor. Just watching the horrible loss of life. But then you could see the plume coming in there. Everybody's running there, telling us all to get back. So I just kept the camera rolling here as I'm just trying to get at a safer distance, because where the car was parked, everything was totally covered with soot at this point.
I can see that.
And you'll see when I settle down, I tucked around the building. I'm settling down to try to stay out of the way of the plume to try to get it some. Okay, here we go. Now, what really made me move after this, you're going to hear what I believe was gunshots, but I have no proof of this because as soon as I heard it, I left. Listen closely. That sounded like gunshots to me. That's why you see that I'm getting out of there as quick as I can. So I don't know what transpired after that. I just tried to get to a safe distance, and that was literally maybe 30 feet away from me. So it's off mic, so it sounds like it's far away than it is, but it's really it's right where I was.
So on top of everything else, you suddenly were concerned that somebody was shooting, and on top of having the
who
building collapse in front of you.
I believe it was the cops. I turned around and looked. I saw all cops panicking and stuff, and they could have just reacted to perhaps just seeing the collapse, and I don't know, but you could hear some profanity on the tape. You hear somebody yelling right before that, so I don't know. I don't know if they it's strictly speculative at this point, but I do know, to me, it was gunshots. I didn't stick around to see where it was coming from.
And I don't blame you.
How did you get down?
I spent the rest of the morning, we were all on our own then, because when they moved us out so quick, I was going live with Walter Perez when the first one went down. In fact, we were doing it in the middle of the live shot. You see it go down, you'll hear me on the tape, I'm saying, Walter, move, because I'm seeing the whole thing go down. And that was live. And right after that, it was a mass evacuation, and the cops were all, for our own safety to get out of there.
Your voice sounds a little bit thin. Did you breathe a lot of the?
I did, and I'm exhausted. I was on foot for hours, so
lugging the camera and the video and all of that,
and the tripod. I finally ended up dumping the tripod at a network truck. I linked up with the network crew for a while, but every time you would settle with the truck, they would move us back farther north for our own safety, and too many people and stuff, so you're lugging the equipment, you're on foot. So finally, a network crew, we hiked back to where they had originally parked, which was north of Canal, which is, and we finally hitched a ride back to the building from there, because it's been...
There's your footage again.